Absolute crap.
So how do the Illuminati control the world?
Well, it really starts, as I said earlier, in the first Bilderberg meeting where they talked about the creation of the European Union.
Since then, Galen tells me, the Illuminati have been busy creating the African Union, the American Union, and lots of other unions as well. He says they're stepping stones to their great goal of the global union, which will come into being around 2010.
So it's all already in place, you're saying?
It's all in place, and it will be complete domination of the entire world, politically and economically. There will be no sovereignty anywhere.
Hartford. Again. Still no Mr. A.
I don't actually know where he is. He's running somewhere. I should find him. So bear with me a sec. Hello? Okay, change of plan then, yeah? Okay. Hold on a sec. Yeah, you might want to turn the camera off. Yeah, you get sort of paranoid, I guess. He's got cold feet. From what he said, I think I'll be able to talk him into rescheduling it. So I'm sorry to have taken all the way out here for nothing, but I think it's going to have to be another day.
Well, maybe I'll never meet Mr. A. Maybe I'll never meet any member of the Illuminati. But as soon as I start doubting the Illuminati's existence, I learn that its signs and symbols are all around us. If only we know where to look. My search for the elusive Illuminati is proving far more complex than I'd hoped. But occasionally, I'm told, we are allowed glimpses of them through their secret, sometimes satanic signs.
Make no mistake about it, these men believe that ritual, hand signs, symbols bring power. And when you get to that stage, I believe you become demon-possessed.
And these demonic signs and symbols of the Illuminati are all around us. Especially, it seems, in downtown Austin.
I've been told that this building holds a kind of special significance for the Illuminati, because the Illuminati apparently worship owls, and they say this building looks a bit like an owl. I'll be honest, I can't really see it myself, but I'm not getting much of an owl vibe from this.
The owl that I can't see is Molech again, named after an ancient Middle Eastern god.
So, what is this building?
Well, it's a new building in Austin. It's the Frost Bank building. But the two circles on each side of the beak and then the crown, that's the crest of the owl's horns. It's got the eyes, it's got the beak. It's an owl. And it's kind of like the Illuminati mascot, one of their mascots. The Skull and Bones is one. The other is the owl. The Illuminati come out of kind of the secret mystery architecture schools. So they use architecture as a way to communicate their views. So basically this is a giant idol to Molech.
Really? This is an idol?
Yes. And so this is kind of how they communicate to us. It's hidden in plain view, if it is hidden at all.
And is it, I mean, in a way, from what I've kind of learned this far about the Illuminati, it's kind of quite fitting that it's a hidden thing that is amongst us.
Hidden amongst us, that's what they love, because the profane can't see it because we're unconscious.
why owls? What, I mean, that's kind of why.
Well, we always hear that, oh, it's the, the god of wisdom, going back to the Greeks. The owl also sees in the dark. He's all-seeing. But whereas his prey is blind in the night, so it's the king of the night. So it's kind of like a double meaning, whereas the all-seeing eye, the illuminated one, it only illuminates for those that are part of it. It's an owl.
But also, they can rotate their heads, can't they? They see behind them.
That's right.
Not that one. I don't mean the building.
Always notice in every city, the biggest buildings are the bank buildings, towering above us. And now around the country, buildings are, being affixed with owl effigies. There's others around the nation. So these are their monuments.
Now that Alex has pointed out that it looks like an owl, this building, it is quite difficult not to see an owl. I mean, certainly from this angle, it is owl-like. From round, from face on, it's just a building. But it does seem that Austin is dominated by this big owl.
As well as the owl, there's another symbol favoured by the Illuminati. And this symbol also goes back to ancient times.
The Illuminati operates in a pyramidal power structure. That's why the Illuminati symbol is the pyramid. A tiny, enlightened elite and a giant, dumbed-down mass beneath them.
And that Illuminati symbol, the pyramid, appears on that great American symbol, the dollar bill.
We're going to be looking today at our $1 bill. Our $1 bill. It has two very odd seals on it, and it's very interesting that the Illuminati had a great hand to play in choosing those seals.
Here's your United States $1 bill. On the back, you can clearly see the all-seeing eye of knowledge from the pyramid. And I suspect this represents the Illuminati at the top of the pyramid, and then all of the poor, ignorant folks making up the bulk of the structure. You've got the Latin inscription that says Norvis Ordo Seclorum. Seclorum means the material world, the secular world. That's where the word secular comes from. And Novus is new, and Ordo is the globe or the world. So you could translate this as the New World Order. And the people who are behind it are the people who control the money, and we're back to the Illuminati.
There's lots of occult stuff on here. And the end game of the Illuminati, their favorite thing is to hide everything in plain view so that we're conditioned to accept our slavery. They're all-seeing eyes, they're pyramids. They believe they get power from this. And it's also how they communicate with their own esoteric language with each other.
So that's what you're saying about, these clues are everywhere, like the giant owl tower in the middle of Austin.
Yes.
Well, I think I've got the hang of the owl. But now I'm intrigued by this New World Order concept that's on the dollar bill.
Could you explain to me the difference between the Illuminati and the New World Order?
Okay, well, the Illuminati, let's say, is the head and the brain. And then when I punch you in the face, that's the New World Order. The New World Order is what the Illuminati is building. It's their goal, it's their thrust. And the Illuminati is the creator, and their goal is the New World Order, world government, global governance, world tyranny.
What if they do achieve their goal of total globalization? What is our guarantee that some new Hitler-like tyrant won't gain control?
And, I'm told, that's precisely what the Illuminati has in store for us.
The mission of the Illuminati is what the mission of any elite has been throughout history, to maintain power and control. And to do that, they've got to dumb down and completely enslave the population. And if the population would become just half as informed, about the history of the New World Order and the Illuminati controllers as they are about football or baseball or basketball, then we'd be a much freer and happier society. And my mission is to wake people up. Governor Perry, from time to time we return here to engage in the First Amendment and to expose your Illuminati activities, being a servant of Bush and the Skull and Bones cabal and the New World Order. It's an information warfare tool to expose corruption and evil and what the Illuminati's up to. Why you Illuminati thugs think you're gods, I'll never understand. But I'm here to tell you, you're not my God.
Are you allowed to do this?
Well, they'd like to say we aren't, but we have a First Amendment. Yes, I've done this many times.
So you're invoking the free speech?
That's right.
Just very loud free speech.
More and more people are waking up to the corruption that is government. The organized crime syndicate that is the New World Order. You need to stop enslaving us, and you need to stop serving your Illuminati globalist masters, Governor.
I really, really hope he's in.
But are Alex Jones's protests in vain? Are the fears of the conspiracy theorists legitimate? Are we already inside the New World Order?
The Illuminati doctrine seemed to be getting a tighter and tighter chokehold on the world, but yet on the other hand, there is a backlash and there is a resistance. So I see it as kind of a race as to who's going to get control first, the people who would tyrannize their fellow man, or the people of good heart who would like to see true freedom and democracy.
We're already inside the New World Order, and their end game is a world population of only about 250 to 500 million people living in a big brother society, every action, every motion, everything we do tracked and traced.
We see now the technological capability. Listen, these guys, the Illuminati today, they have a capability that Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin didn't have.
I've dedicated the rest of my life to exposure of this knowledge because I think it's evil.
They are going to force drug in a Brave New World type scenario almost the entire population. It's the ultimate power trip, completely out of control, and humanity has got to wake up to this elite, face the facts of history, and it's got to be done now. And I hope people will rally to this cry and stand up against the New World Order and the Illuminati masters that have built it.
So just how much have I learnt about the Illuminati on my journey? Well, amongst other things,
They really control everything of significance throughout the entire world.
and
These men funded Adolf Hitler.
and
They give members questionnaires, would you kill, would you steal?
but I still have many questions. I mean, does the fact that Mr. A never turned up in Hartford mean the Illuminati don't exist? Or does it mean they do exist because they got to Mr. A with their blood-curdling forfeits? And just think of all the other things I've been told.
They have antenna arrays that monitor all electronic signals.
And
It's got the eyes, it's got the beak, it's an owl.
And
They have names like Magog and Gog.
and
They collect body parts and do strange rituals in the coffins.
isn't it all too far-fetched? Just all too unbelievable. The Illuminati just couldn't exist. Could it?